Witness SpaceX Falcon 9 O3b mPower-D launch from iconic LC-39 Gantry Kennedy Space Center. Have you ever dreamed of witnessing a rocket launch from one of the most legendary spots in space history? For the first time in over 2 years, you can do just that at the gantry at Launch Complex 39, LC-39, a newly restored site at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. This isn't just any launch viewing. It's a chance to experience the thrill of a SpaceX Falcon 9 O3b mPower-D launch from a location that's steeped in spaceflight history and offers unparalleled proximity to the action. But here's where it gets controversial: spots are limited, and you'll need to act fast to secure your ticket. Imagine standing just 3.4 miles, 5.5 kilometers, from the launch pad, feeling the ground shake beneath your feet as the Falcon 9 roars to life. SpaceX Scrubs says O3b mPower-D launch. What happened? In a surprising turn of events, SpaceX has postponed the launch of the SES O3b mPower-D mission, which was scheduled to take place on a Falcon 9 rocket Monday evening, just moments before it was set to lift off. The launch was planned to occur at Space Launch Complex 40, SLC-40, located at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. Initially, SpaceX aimed for a liftoff time of 5:27 p.m. Eastern Time, with additional launch windows extending until 7:19 p.m. Eastern Time if necessary. For those who are eager for updates, a backup launch opportunity has been arranged for Tuesday, July 22, maintaining the same time frame. This mission marks the sixth flight for the first stage booster that is being utilized, which has previously supported a variety of missions including O3b mPower-D, Crew 10, Bandwagon 3, and 2 Starlink missions. After the rocket's first stage separates, it is expected to land on the drone ship named Just Read the Instructions, which will be positioned in the Atlantic Ocean. The decision to stand down from the launch was communicated via Twitter, where SpaceX confirmed that the vehicle and its payload remain in good condition. This announcement has sparked curiosity and speculation among space enthusiasts and industry experts alike. But here's where it gets controversial. Some might wonder if the frequent delays in launches are indicative of deeper issues within the space industry. Are these setbacks a sign of caution, or do they reflect a larger trend of unpredictability in space exploration? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. SpaceX Scrubs O3b mPower-D launch, Retargets for Tuesday. In a surprising turn of events, SpaceX has delayed its launch of the O3b mPower-D satellites, setting its sights on a new window for liftoff on Tuesday, July 22. This postponement, announced in a statement on July 21 at 5:52 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, came just 11 seconds before the scheduled launch time, when the SpaceX launch director called out a cautionary hold. Unfortunately, they did not provide any specific reasons for this decision, neither during the live broadcast nor in subsequent updates on X. Shortly before 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on that Monday, SpaceX communicated, "We are standing down from today's launch of the SES_satellites O3b mPower-D mission, and are now targeting tomorrow, July 22 for liftoff. The vehicle and payload remain in excellent condition." This mission, which features the deployment of 2 satellites for SES, one of SpaceX's long-standing clients, will utilize a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. The upcoming launch will see the 9th and 10th O3b mPower-D satellites placed into a medium Earth orbit, MEO. Following liftoff, the pair of satellites is expected to be deployed around 2 hours later. The launch from Space Launch Complex 40 aims for precise liftoff at 5:12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or 2112 UTC. Live coverage of this mission will be available through Spaceflight now, starting approximately 1 hour before the launch countdown. As for weather conditions, the 45th Weather Squadron had indicated in a forecast published the previous Sunday that there would be a 50-50 shot at favorable weather during the planned 2-hour launch window. Regrettably for Tuesday, the outlook appears to have worsened, handing a mere 25% chance for suitable conditions due to anticipated widespread showers and thunderstorms during the backup launch opportunity. SpaceX's Falcon 9 booster, known affectionately as B-1090, will be responsible for this mission. Interestingly, this same booster conducted the launch of the previous two O3b mPower-D satellites during its inaugural flight in December 2024. Now heading into its sixth mission, B-1090 has previously launched various payloads including NASA's Crew 10, the Bandwagon 3 rideshare mission, along with two separate Starlink missions, the Starlink 6-67 and Starlink 10-18. Approximately 8.5 minutes post-liftoff, B-1090 is expected to make a touchdown on the drone ship named Just Read the Instructions. If this landing goes as planned, it will mark the 129th successful landing on that particular vessel and the 478th booster landing overall for SpaceX. The two satellites destined for launch underwent final processing after being delivered to Florida by Boeing, the manufacturing company, in early July. In a statement released on July 2, Michelle Parker, Vice President of Boeing Space Mission Systems, highlighted the marvel of the O3b mPower-D satellites, proclaiming them to be possibly the most advanced and flexible commercial satellites ever deployed into orbit. She elaborated, "Many of us have encountered issues while trying to connect from an airplane or cruise ship, experiencing unreliable connections. Our software-defined payload technology paves the way for SES to offer high-speed, consistent connectivity that can adapt in real time to meet user demands. This innovation is transformative, as the initial 8 satellites have already demonstrated how remarkable this technology truly is. With this upcoming mission, the satellites will join 8 others currently in operation within medium Earth orbit, stationed roughly 8,000 kilometers, or about 4,971 miles, above Earth. SES has previously announced plans to launch the 11th O3b mPower-D satellite in the summer of 2025, although a specific launch date remains unannounced. According to SES's financial performance presentation for the first quarter of 2025, service through this expanding constellation initiated with the commissioning of the 7th and 8th satellites, and is expected to conclude following the launches of the 12th and 13th satellites, slated for MEO launch in 2026. In their April report, the company reported an 8.4% increase in year-over-year growth. Challenges have persisted, as electrical issues were discovered with the first 4 O3b mPower-D satellites. These problems prompted necessary fixes that began rolling out with the 4th pair of satellites. SES has executed a strategy to address these changes, commencing with the 7th satellite. Unfortunately, modifications could not be fully implemented for the 5th and 6th satellites, as they were too close to launch. The 7th and 8th satellites commenced operational service in May 2025. SES CEO Adel Al-Saleh pointed out during the Q1 earnings call that the scalability of our MEO network allows for the regular addition of satellites, thus ensuring capacity growth corresponds with customer demand and maintaining a balanced supply-demand ratio in a capex-efficient manner. Each new satellite enhances the constellation, boosting overall capacity and network efficiency to support long-term profitable growth. However, he did mention a negative cash flow of €51 million, approximately $59.7 million, for the first quarter, primarily attributed to the significant capital expenditures on the O3b mPower-D satellite constellation. He also noted that to date, the company has recovered $58 million from insurance claims related to the earlier electrical issues. Boeing, the primary manufacturer behind the mPower-D satellites, indicated that they will enhance the capabilities onboard future wideband global SATCOM, WGS-11 and WGS-12 satellites, currently being developed for the U.S. Space Force. The WGS-11 satellite has been assigned to United Launch Alliance for launch using its Vulcan rocket, part of the third wave of missions under the National Security Space Launch (NSSL) Phase 2 contract. However, The Space Force has not yet disclosed which rocket will be used for the WGS-12 satellite, which carries a hefty price tag of $439.6 million. So, as we look forward to the revised launch date, it certainly raises questions about the reliability of launch schedules and the weather's unpredictable nature in aerospace endeavors. What are your thoughts on how weather conditions might impact future launches? Let's hear your opinions.